Recording voiced by Ivona.com. Leicester Square is a pedestrianised area in the West End, within the city of Westminster. The square is named after Robert Sidney, 2nd Earl of Leicester, who purchased 4 acres in St Martin's Field in 1630. By 1635, he had built himself a large house, called Leicester House, at the northern end. The area in front of the house was then enclosed, depriving inhabitants of St Martin's parish of their right to use the previously common land. The parishioners appealed to King Charles I, and eventually Lord Leicester was ordered to keep part of his land open for the parishioners. The area was developed in the 1670s, becoming fashionable. Leicester House was once residence of Frederick, Prince of Wales. However, by the late 18th century, the square was no longer a smart address, and began to serve as a venue for popular entertainments. Leicester House became home of a museum of natural curiosities called the Holofusikon, and it was eventually demolished in 1791. In 1874, after a landmark law case, Albert Grant purchased the outstanding freeholds, and donated the garden to the Metropolitan Board of Works, laying out a garden at his own expense. The title passed to the succeeding public bodies, and is now in the ownership of the City of Westminster. In the middle of the square is a small park, in the centre of which is a 19th-century statue of William Shakespeare surrounded by dolphins. The 4 corner gates of the park have 1 bust each, depicting Sir Isaac Newton, Sir Joshua Reynolds, John Hunter and William Hogarth. The most recent addition is a statue of Charlie Chaplin. Today Leicester Square is the centre of entertainment and London cinema land. It is claimed that the square contains the cinema with the largest screen and with the most seats. Similar to Grauman's Chinese Theatre, in Hollywood, the square is surrounded by floor-mounted plaques with film stars' names and cast handprints. The square is also the home for ticket booths, where tickets for theatre performances taking place around the West End that day are sold for about half the usual price. During the Labour government's 1979 winter of discontent, garbage collectors went on strike. Leicester Square was used as an overflow dump, earning it the nickname of Leicester Square. Visit Ivona.com. Create and download recordings voiced by Ivona Voices.